Hello, everybody. The end of December brings some very powerful astrology with the solar eclipse in Purva Ashada Nakshatra that coincides with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Uttada Ashada. This is the first time that Saturn and Pluto have conjuncted in over 37 years, and it coincides with the solar eclipse. So if you'd like to know what it means for you personally, please visit my astrological services page where you can schedule a consultation. The link to that is above. So when you started along this particular path that you now find yourself on, you did so because it almost felt as if you had no other choice but to commit to a path. And let's face it, you came to that particular decision after kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, proverbially banging your head against a brick wall and finding out that you weren't getting anywhere until your awareness opened up and you went, aha, this is the direction that I need to go down. And well, whilst that persistence is kind of easing up just a tad bit, at the same time, now you're beginning to, question things once again. Here's what is at the root of what is causing you to doubt. On one level, you're uncertain if this is the right path for you to take, because if you go down this route, are your needs going to be taken care of as equally as everybody else's? Here's what you have to do to figure that out, right? Are you feeling strong enough or solid in yourself enough to, to kind of move forward with this and do it because you feel that it's right without allowing, your own unfulfilled needs to get in the way of making this particular decision, right? And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to let those unfulfilled needs get in the way. Maybe you need to sit with them. Maybe you need to work through them. Maybe you need to kind of take a different path, but is what is going to help you to make this particular decision. Do you feel strong enough to move forward with this? Because if you're going to move forward with this, you need to see clearly the path ahead. And in order to see clearly the path ahead, all of the emotions or resentment or maybe even regret that you might be feeling that's blocking you from seeing things clearly, that's only going to cause you to make unclear decisions. It's only going to cause your mind to race around in about 20, 30, 40, let's face it, 60 or 70 different directions at once. How are you going to make a decision in that particular mindset? You're not. Right? You have to be in a position where you're able to pause. You have to be in a position where you're able to digest the information that you're receiving. And in order to digest the information that you're receiving, you have to be in a position where you're centered. So if you're going to let your mind go in all those different directions, you're not going to be able to commit to any direction at all. So here's what you need to do. You need to find your center. How do you find your center, right? Well, it's, right here. Well, actually, it is right here, right? It's not here in your stomach. It's not up here in your head, but you're having a hard time getting right here because you got all sorts of butterflies in your stomach that are associated with all the thoughts that are racing around in your head. So, of course, you're not going to be able to get right here, even though I was just joking about initially saying it's right here when I was pointing to the center of your body. But it is right here. You have to weigh it in the balance of your own heart and go, what is right? Okay? And if you're not feeling like you're in a position where you're strong enough to commit, you need to look at why you're not feeling strong enough to commit. What needs are going unfulfilled while somebody else is not necessarily going to kind of go, hey, here you are. Here's everything that you need in order to make this particular decision. Well, you have to kind of give that to yourself. If you're needing nourishment, if you're needing, to kind of re-energize yourself before you take these particular steps, then do that. Do that, right? Do that. Come back to center. Come back to a space of clarity. Then let the entire situation wash over you. Now, it's going to sound really odd, But, we're talking about Venus, and Venus is the planet of water. So let all that information wash over you. You don't have to pick up on all of it at once. You just have to let that one thought that feels absolutely, positively, intuitively, and instinctively correct lodge in your mind, lodge in your heart, and from that particular space, then you're going to be clearer on what it is that you need to do. Then you're going to be clearer as to whether or not this is the right path. The problem is you can't make a wise decision on what is the best choice with these particular, I want to say concepts or options that are being presented to you, because you are being pulled in about 20 different directions at once in regards to this. And about 19 of those different directions relate to the fact that you're not feeling centered and you're not feeling grounded. And so you need to come to a space of being at peace within yourself before you can make a particular decision that's going to involve you committing more of your energy for other people and equally committing more of your energy to a situation that you're not really sure is going to fulfill everything that you need. So what do you need to do first? You need to fulfill as many of your own needs yourself as you possibly can, because you're feeling depleted. And that's got you feeling sensitive. And then your sensitivity is getting in the way of preventing you to make a decision that on one level is probably one of the wisest decisions that you could make. But there's too much confusion because there's too much information that's flooding you all at once. So I'm going to go back to that statement. Let all of that information that's flooding you, let it come at you, but recognize that you don't have to digest all of that. You just have to find the one piece of the puzzle that fits. You're not going to do that through an overactive mind. You're going to do that through an open heart, open ears, and open eyes that recognize that they don't need to see every single nuance. That's going to do it for this look at Venus's transit through Sravana Nakshatra, which takes place from the 18th through to the 28th of December 2019. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.